because we're two buffheads from Dunedin, this is
Woo.
something that is really pissing me off at the moment. Um, we're building a hospital, a massive, once every 50 plus years sort of undertaking. Dunedin has asked for it for many, many, many years because our one's just old
And it's
not
going
fit
up
for
really
purpose.
quick. Like it's like Meccano. They're just bringing all the girders in, and they're just going clink, and then there's a new floor. They're going up super quick.
But one of the things that we had when Labor was in power was, oh shit, this is kind of getting a bit expensive. We might need to drop some of the beds that we promised for the inpatient ward, or we might have to drop this section that has to do with the university, or maybe we just pencil into getting this really expensive piece of equipment for further down the line. And the city pushed back really hard on that. I've got, no, do it once,
Do it right.
do it right. This
Fit
is
for
for the
purpose.
entirety of the South Island. Just fucking do it. And National really cashed in on that. They went very hard. We're going to do it. We're going to do it right. Dunedin's going to get everything that it deserves. And now they're in. The problem that they had has been solved. The problem that National had was that they weren't the government. Now they are. And now we have Health Minister Shane Reddy-Coy on whether promised Dunedin Hospital additions will actually happen. As predictable as day follows night. The government is declining to commit to its pre-election promise to put more beds and services into Dunedin's new hospital. The National Party said last year it would restore 23 beds, 2 operating theatres and a high-tech scanner, and that $90 million of emergency cost-saving cuts to the project had been excised. But now, maybe not. Maybe not. And our current mayor, who I don't think really does too much to hide the fact that he's right-wing, is going, well, we've got to trust Minister Reddy to have our best intentions at heart.
Yeah.
And it's been really, really weak where he was really, really strong against Labor for wanting to cut our hospitals. And then I think that's the second part of the story, is quite often you see in local body this desire for people to not show their political colours. Our previous mayor got absolutely lashed for being an unabashed greenie, and that was seen as unseemly, and that our city councillors and our mayor should be somehow politically agnostic, and they never ever are. But yeah, once we're in, we don't have to stick to our promises. We can wind them back for various reasons. Promises don't mean anything. You got to hold people to what they say.
Absolutely. Yeah. As we've been saying, you got to judge them at the very, very least hold them to the standard at the very least that they held the last lot to. And if they were holding the last lot to promises around Dunedin Hospital, then they have to be held. If they can find an extra $2.9 billion for landlords, then everything's a choice. Everything is a choice if it's less than $3 billion. Because they've just made a choice to put that to landlords. Everything else is a choice. What they've just done, $56 million over 5 years, so intellectually disabled people can continue to work for $2 an hour. That's like 11 million bucks a year, but they gave 2.9 billion to landlords. Yep. 270 million in cancer drugs, but they gave 2.9 billion. You know, it just goes on and on and on. Yeah, fair enough. If something's going to cost 10 billion. Okay, there wasn't enough money there, but I haven't thought of an example yet, Chewie, that was more than 2.9 billion that couldn't have been a choice for something else.
Yeah, absolutely. And like the theories that we've discussed, this is critical national infrastructure.
Yeah.
When you look ahead at the next pandemic, or the Southern Fault letting go finally, and we have big earthquake response required, and we don't have a hospital that's up to the task. It's those sort of things that a government needs to look down the road and go, well, I don't see building hospitals getting any cheaper in the future, so maybe we should just build it.
Just need a nice second-hand Corolla hospital. A nice second-hand Corolla hospital.
Yeah, because the South Island gets overlooked for a lot of stuff. Because we're spread out, we're difficult, there's not as many of us.
We're difficult, yeah. You know us well. We're
We
different.
are stroppy people. It comes from being cold all the time. But yeah, it's shit like this that needs to happen. Like
Yeah.
if for those of you in Dunedin, you know what our hospital looks like. For those of you that aren't from Dunedin, imagine the most brutalist architecture you can, as only the 1960s can provide, and then fill it full of sick people and frightening, truly frightening art pieces on the wall.